Hi there, my name's Tony and I'm from the UK College of Personal Development, UKCPD.net, and this is one of a series of videos highlighting the benefits of NLP coaching and personal development generally. On this particular video clip we're going to be looking at goals or well-formed outcomes. So let me ask you a question. Think about the future now. What comes to mind? It's interesting, isn't it, when we think about the future? What we say in NLP, and certainly in coaching, is having some kind of goal or direction in life usually brings about better results in our lives. Sometimes we have to change our minds and tack from side to side because, things happen. But generally speaking, in life, if we have a goal and we're fixated upon it and we know where we're going, we tend to have better results, more happiness, and more success. So we're talking about personal progress in a sense. So what we would say is having direction brings better results. So, how do you set well-formed goals? Well, the first thing that we would say is it needs to be stated in the positive. Now, what do I mean by this? Often people will tell you what they don't want. I don't want to be unemployed. I don't want this kind of relationship. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be lonely. Not stated in the positive. The unconscious mind, we say in NLP, really doesn't process negative instructions very, very well. Here's an example of this. Don't think about kangaroos now. Stop it. No kangaroos. Straight away, of course, you start thinking about kangaroos. It's inevitable. The unconscious mind does not process negative instructions. So what we say is, your outcome needs to be stated in the positive. What do you want? I want whatever that is, stated in the positive. So what kind of questions would we be asking? We would be asking questions like, what do you want? Is it clear to you? What does that look like? What would it feel like if you had it? What are the sounds associated with that if you think about this in the future? If I had this goal, what would I be hearing? And so on and so forth. Here's a little thing that might be useful for you. Think like a pro ET. Sounds funny, doesn't it? Pro ET, extraterrestrial, well, never mind. The first thing is positive. What do I want? I need to be able to state it in the positive. Often a brief paragraph, if we wrote it down, that would outline exactly what it is that we want. It's one of the few times in coaching that I would ask the why question. Why do you want this? What's the payoff? What's in it for you? If you can't really answer that question, it's not clear why you're setting out on this course for this particular goal. Okay, let's say you've figured out what it is that you want. I want this, and you have all of the reasons why you want it. The next thing is resources. What stuff do I need to accomplish this goal? Now, what we're doing here is we're creating a strategy. I might need time. I might need money. I might need people to help me. What stuff do I need? Now, resources covers all of those things. People, time, money, information, skills. Now, if we haven't got those things, really we should go back to the start because that becomes our goal. And the positive reason for them is the overall larger goal. And what we're doing is we're breaking down our outcome. How do you eat an elephant? Burgers, one chunk at a time. When we move on from resources, the next part of pro, of course, is ownership. Have I got control of this? Now, if I'm doing this just because people are nagging me to do it, chances are the first obstacle I come up against, I'll become disenchanted, tired. I'll think, well, I'll get around to it tomorrow, the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. It never happens. The goal becomes a wish, and it never really happens. So we need to have some kind of control over our outcome, over our goal. Are we doing it for us? Have we got ownership of it? Now, following on from that, we go to the E and the T. The E is the evidence. What we say in NLP is it should be sensory specific. What am I going to see? What am I going to hear? And what am I going to feel? Now, this is quite important because often we can set off on a journey and not be quite sure we're kind of getting there. We have a sense that we might be getting there, but we need to be clear about what are the things we're going to see, what are the things we're going to hear, and what are we going to feel. If you don't have at least two of those things, I wonder how convinced you are that you'd A, be making progress, or B, you ever really arrived. And finally, the ET, the T part, is some kind of time frame. When am I going to start? When is halfways? When is three-quarter ways? And is there a deadline in the future that I say, on that date, this is going to be more or less happening? Some kind of time frame. So, to have things set out, to have goals, to be successful in life, what we say is, think like a pro ET. I wish you every success. Many, many thanks. For more information, visit www.ukcpd.net. Watch out for the next video. Bye-bye now.